The family of an elderly woman from Kent who was conned out of £18,000 over the space of 10 days by rogue traders say they are furious that her bank didn't do more to protect her. Violet Butler had wanted a fence panel replaced after it blew down at her home in Maidstone.
Instead, workmen replaced the entire fence, dug up her garden, covered it with paving and then drove her to the Natwest 4 times to withdraw cash. The bank says its staff did challenge her twice about the unusual withdrawals. John Hunt has the story.
She's a good little girl.
Violet Butler's family say she was suffering from the early signs of dementia, albeit undiagnosed, when she was targeted by a rogue trader.
The builder in question said, you need the whole fence to be replaced because it will be a danger to you and will fall over and kill you. So she quickly decided that that was the solution. He took her then to the bank for the first payment of £3,000, which horrified me. And then things led on a bit further.
A second rogue trader, a friend of the first, then approached Mrs. Butler, persuading her to let them dig up her garden and put paving stones all over it.
Yeah, and I didn't really need all that.
And each time, how did you pay them?
Well, I wanted cash.
And they were clever, were they? They were pushy.
Oh, yeah, pushy, yeah.
And did they take you to the bank? Or did you go by yourself?
Oh, no, they'd take you.
They drove you there, did they?
Yeah.
Staff at the Natwest did quiz Mrs. Butler about the withdrawals on 2 occasions, but they allowed her to take out the money nonetheless. On another 2 occasions, another branch asked no questions at all. In just 10 days, Mrs. Butler had withdrawn £18,000.
When a lady of 84 years old comes into the bank, draws out £3,000 on one day, comes back and draws £6,000 the next time, another £4,000, then another £5,000. It's just surely has to ring alarm bells.
Natwest had refused to refund any of the money Mrs. Butler withdrew. Her family complained to the banking ombudsman in 2017, but the case is still ongoing.
The banks have to do more than say it was her free will. They have to use judgement in this matter. And if they're at all uncertain, to say, well, look, you know, we're not going to let you have that money today, that would have scared the man away.
Mrs. Butler has now moved in with her daughter and son-in-law. Such is the fear that the rogue traders could strike again.
Well, John joins me in the studio. And John, banks are supposed to spot and stop suspicious transactions.
Yes, in March 2017, the bank signed up to a banking protocol. They're encouraged to call the police if they spot an unusual or suspicious transaction, particularly involving an older person. Now, this protocol only came into place 2 months after Violet was targeted by these rogue traders, but clearly the banks were suspicious enough to try and challenge her at that time. Tonight, a very significant development in this story. Just over an hour ago, Natwest got in touch. They say they have now fully reviewed the case. They decided to refund her £15,000 as a gesture of goodwill. They say they take fraud and scams very seriously.
OK, John, thank you.